All right, I'm back. I didn't do anything except to braid a tiny bit off camera. I think there's a tiny bit more that I want to punch that notch to make it sort of the same as the other one depth-wise. That'll work. All right, so another round of whacking. And you're like, hey, why are you finishing the blade after you just did that other stuff? I'm like, well, because I'm no good at symmetry. And you might think I'm being really aggressive here. It's because I am. Sometimes I can tell from the way it kicks that I made a burr. I hate that I'm sniffing so much, but it's cold. So I got the coldness sniffles. That one shot a ways. I'm just going for little high ridges. Sometimes this leather is just to protect my hand, but sometimes it's to make the flake run different. This edge is rolled a little bit, so I'm just kind of going downward and not trying to go in too far on that. I'm really just kind of moving the edge inward a little. Okay, so now I want to, along these deltas on this side and deltas on this side, use a pressure flaker. The bit to now you also can use, and I haven't shown y'all enough using a shearing tool. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this one back the other way first. You gotta know, that's why I say the experience level, your limits on how hard you hit and stuff. You know, I just took that little feather, lower that area a little bit and bring it into alignment a little bit. Okay, so, well, try and do this where I can be in camera. This takes a whole bunch of practice when you pressure flake on soft leather. To not screw up and mess things up. Number one, you can easily make hinges where you don't want hinges, although that's just authenticity looking right there, but sometimes. But the other thing is that with soft support, it's real easy to blow off an ear or whatever. Now I want to roll it up, not down. And it's a judgment call as to what kind of flake pattern you'd like to leave on this. I can either hit more percussion, or I can bevel those things and make it look resharpened with pressure or whatever. I think I'm going to hit a little bit more percussion. The main reason is, since I can't see well, I feel like if I'm hitting it, it's a lot more likely to do well than if I'm just pushing on it. Since I can't see well. Does that make sense? Yeah, why not? Fairly substantial flake there, you know, went over to here. One thing about that is it just a lot of times it just looks a lot better, you know, to have some semi-powerful looking stuff across the face of your point rather than just a bunch of mealy little pecking on it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is one of the finer points of this exact type that I have ever made on the television. What? What do you mean it ain't television? Oh yeah, buddy. That's where you really got to get careful and learn to practice from doing that stuff way out on the end. Not running that thing too far, but also not mealy mouthing it so much that you got a big old bump on the end because you was afraid to push the flake through the meat. You don't want to push it too far, but you don't want to push it up a hill. Now see, on leather you will get those little tiny flakes right there, but a number of them will pick off, and if it don't pick off, then it was just meant to be. But I mean, if you practice a lot, you can get to where you don't leave too many of those either. Yeah, man. Shoot you. Now, every once in a while I see a little more meat in that edge, and I think looks like I would want it when I'm cutting my mastodon steaks. And so I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's archaic. They wasn't around then. Well, in my world, they were. Oh yeah, man. I mean, you know, wow. I am so thankful to have had the opportunity to make this point. I may actually go in the #1 keeper case with this one if I ever do a keeper case. Hold on, where's that ulna that I spun? Here's my ulna. What we're gonna do is we're gonna trim up this edge a little bit with this ulna. Pick off these little super sharpnesses because serration just confused people. Oh yeah, man, look. Okay, ready? There we are. Yeah. We talking bad. Look, it's fluted all the way to there. Or something. To me, if I were to find this thing, I'd be happy for at least 15-20 minutes. Well, you got to see Freeze Cracked again. That's about all I can say for this deal. Bye.